Sponsored by WildEFX.com, bringing you the best Forex experience.
My name is Samuel Leach, Forex and stock trader, author and TED speaker. I'm about to put my reputation and over £350,000 on the line in the Real Forex Trader Series 2. To prove anyone can become a profitable trader with the right mentor and mindset. Trading has given me the skill set to travel the world and live an incredible lifestyle. I'll be taking 18 ordinary people without any trading experience and throwing them into the deep end of the financial markets. It's not going to be easy, and myself and my team only have 4 weeks to turn these individuals into profitable traders.
So at the moment there's 275,000 in the ring.
This is going to be one of the biggest challenges of their lives as they compete to become a consistent, profitable trader.
If you can't tell what red and green is, then you're going out.
£400 in loss.
The joys of trading.
We are down 2,655.
Embarrassing.
In the height of the most volatile markets since the Lehman Brothers collapse, how will these beginners handle the financial and emotional pressures of the market?
Hard shelled, mate.
I feel like I failed myself physically.
Stay together!
Everyone thinks trading is easy, but when the pressure is on, how will they succeed?
I don't know if I can do this anymore.
What's the point of even talking to me yet?
I believe we can do it.
My heart's going boom, 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 boom.
Previously on the Real Forex Trader.
Pressure's quite strong, like coming from a construction background to an office environment, trading other people's capital. Like Sam says, we have to just move on, try and forget about that one.
Because people are trading stuff that we've never taught you to trade. We're already down like 500 today already off the back of getting started. So
It's definitely going better than yesterday, because yesterday I pretty much just lost almost all my trades.
Just close the trade.
Close as is.
Stupid trade. The fact that I can see you coming over and laughing as well, it's just disrespectful. Like, I still understand the reason in placing that trade.
Oh my god, I can't believe you did that. But yeah, isn't really a funny thing. I thought it was very risky.
so some of you are laughing, some of you putting stuff on Snapchat and stuff like that. It's just professional. So we need to make sure that going into tomorrow, it's very, very professional. Everything is very serious.
But it's not too bad. So it's just quite slow. Like, I
Trying to remember.
came up here.
Yeah, and then it came down. And I think I trailed my stop loss higher. And then after it got me out, I didn't give it enough room to breathe. And then I got in again, and I don't remember. I think this was news here.
So you just revenge sort of trading?
Yeah.
Like
I think
losing
after
trades and then
the
getting straight back in. Before you trail, wait for like the second sort of high low. And then after this is where you can sort of put your stop like just below that. Maybe just give yourself like bit wider stops rather than trying to like.
Yeah.
Because if you're just gonna get like
I think that's why
impatient and like frustrated, then maybe just give yourself wider stops, risk less. Obviously, smaller lot sizes, so your risk is like the same but reduced over a longer, wider stop.
Yeah.
Maybe each time, just before you place a trade, maybe write down the reasons you're taking it.
And for 1, 2, and third one, so. I think I need
like
to
buy at low price isn't really a reason.
Okay.
It's better you make your mistakes now than next week.
Yeah.
Just keep harrying, just try and each time you're about to go to trade, just make sure you get through those things.
Okay. Yesterday I had to go home early and review everything and see what I was doing wrong, and I don't know, I think yesterday I was like so wrong in so many different ways. I thought I was doing the right thing, which is probably even worse. You know, it's so many different things, like 10% making those sort of mistakes isn't really good. And my calculations were wrong, and sometimes I was getting in trades too early, too late, and then you know, all that stuff about laughing and stuff. I just wasn't in the right mind frame. I think I was overcompensating. I was getting too nervous because of what's going on. So today is just about trying to, I'm not going to say try and make all that money back, because that could put me in a wrong position too. I think I just need to follow the rules and see where that gets me.
Pretty much the same thing, strong confirmations onto the bar and already established.
These are much better entries than yesterday. It's good to see. And then
Cable, slightly premature entry, although so far it's in my favour. Yeah, I jumped the gun on this one, but so far I didn't get burned yet. So
maybe one more trade, and then that's it. Until, if you know, wait for these to pan out a bit. Okay. Try not to enter too many. Because you're obviously quite long, so you're long on dollar on all of these trades.
Correct, yes.
So I wouldn't then enter more. Maybe one more max, maybe do 2% risk instead of 5% risk.
It started really well. It really took in on board what both Elliot and Samuel told me yesterday about overtrading. So this morning I took 3 trades, and within about first hour and a half I already made enough profit to cover yesterday's loss, which was £58 plus £100 in profits. And then all of a sudden, within space of 10 minutes, everything just went against me and I was back in the hole.
How's everyone getting on? 1-0.
How are we getting on, boys?
How's it going on, boy?
Down.
Yeah. What's the trend on daily?
Down.
Pardon?
Down.
Yeah. Downtrend, right?
Yeah. Because I only had a 10 pip stop loss here, right?
Zoom in on the hourly.
That was 75 quid.
Yeah.
Right.
10 pips on cable, right, is tight. Yeah. If you're going to set a 10 pip stop, look how many times it's gone over that, right? And you can see it because cables are so volatile. That's why everyone looks to trade it. You've gone short there, right? You've been stopped out, right? That is 100% revenge trade because you've been stopped out, right? You got straight back in again. Let me guess, 10 pips, 12 pips. What's this one? 12 pips. Okay.
That was
fine. This one.
When that closes, if that is overbought, that looks decent.
That's DC, that's
it
my
looks
problem.
decent for short.
I keep convincing myself that when I make a trade, I look at it again and I'm like, okay, this is the time to get in because I've got too early.
Just try to focus on like 2 or 3.
Let's say USD, yeah?
Right, so this looks really good on the hourly.
I was
short. And you're trying to get the wedge back. I completely understand that. But don't do that. Because you're going to be like, I need to get that back now. I need to force trades, and it's not going to work. Trust me, it's not.
Yeah. News came out, we rallied up, so I broke that downwards trend. I broke here.
You love lines, don't you?
No, I don't, but I want to make sure that I got everything. So here we had this beforehand, this level here, the retracement kinda. But actually now, no, the yellow line, sorry. I moved the yellow line to make sure where this top level was so I can move my stop loss. So here it broke obviously, but here it also sits on the 200, so okay, 200 is broke, so maybe on this one, obviously rallied through. Last night when I left, my account actually performed the worst from the whole team. I was in minus the worst. So last night when I got home, I felt really bad, emotionally really destroyed. So I went through some of the training material again to check what I did wrong. And I also went through my emotions during the day and reviewed my trades to check what I did wrong during the day. So pretty much it sums up to, first of all, I wanted to perform like as in the challenge. So I kind of ran behind trades. So even though some of the trades already have left the setup, they pretty much, I tried to get in afterwards or too late, which is chasing the trades, which you shouldn't do. So that was a mistake. Looking at the overall trades on a couple of the setups, actually wasn't too bad. I think I had my points and my entries set correctly, but again, the market moved against me. So honestly, on these ones, the only thing I could have done is taken my profits when I seen the market slow down. But it's not like a huge trading mistake in my opinion that I made here.
So if you things to look at, okay, there's people using like 10, 12, 15 pip stops on cable. Look at cable when it's ranging, alright, between 2 points, and you tell me how many of them are below 15 to 12 pips. Alright, cable bounces sort of 20, cable can bounce 20, 30, 40 pips or nothing. You can just range that far. That's why everyone loves trading, because it's so volatile.
Holding trades for me.
Keep holding trades. As in hold them too long or cut them too early?
I want to cut them too early. Look at that.
And with us obviously break even. I had it above, I had it about around here somewhere, maybe here before.
Yeah, I think yesterday was a good day for me, although I only ended up just slightly in profit, probably about £60. I stuck with the rules, and I think it was a good trade, although it didn't fully do what I wanted it to do. And even Elliot said it was quite a good trade, so I'm quite happy about that. I mean, everyone else, I think maybe the pressure's got to them, and they're taking trades they shouldn't be taking, and over trading and doing everything that they weren't told to do. So it's really interesting to see that, really, when we were taught, everyone seemed to get it and understand it, and then as soon as we go in, people kind of throw their toys out the pram, really. So I'm quite happy. I think even if I am in a loss at the end of today with the trade I've got running, I think I'd still be happy because I feel like I've stuck to the rules. So
the trend's going downwards, so I'm trying to sell. I sold there because I saw it's going to break out that channel and then sort of come back down.
Where's your account balance?
Yeah, but I thought the news.
So you ended it on a whim then?
I ended it as in it's going to go down sell, but I put my stop loss quite high above that previous high. And it sort of shot up, consolidated here, and I was like, okay, it might shoot down a bit, which I saw it did. And I sort of built that channel. I was like, it's going to tap off that. I was like, let me just wait for it to ride up. But you're not allowed to buy in a downtrend. So that one I messed up. It sort of ended there, stopped me out, then it ended there.
This is in an uptrend though?
Yeah.
But you shorted it?
Shorted it, yeah. Because I thought it was going to complete that channel.
One thing, alright, that will help you. And I would anyway. Okay? Maybe not so much on this account, right, but in general. Don't think of your losses as a cash figure. Alright? Think of it as equate everything to a percentage. Alright, reason for that is, okay, you can deal more or less with a percentage. Okay, if you're down £500, okay, in your head you're like £500, what is that? That's a mortgage payment, that is this, that is that. It becomes a lot more money. Percentage, okay, it is a lot more easy to deal with. Also with the percentage, it then doesn't matter what size account you are trading. Alright, the trades you take are the exact same on every single account. Right, the market doesn't move more if you've got a bigger account or less if you've got a smaller account. That's something that I learned that helped me massively. Okay, because when I got given the 75 grand account, right, and my losses had gone from, my 1% had gone from 250 quid, which I was like, okay, right, it's not great, so the 1% was 750 quid. I'm like, well, I was only getting paid £2 grand on previous jobs, I just lost half my wage. So to get very real, look at everything in percentage, right, it will help you.
So yesterday I spoke to the guys that are trading. Yes, we want to see them dealing with stress and dealing with losses and wins and trying to get that emotional roller coaster feeling now. This is the second day of that, and then we're going to put them through mindset training to hopefully correct that as well. However, yesterday I said don't place more than 5 trades, and out of the group of 8 of them, 5 of them have not listened to that. And some of them are at 10, 12 trades on the day, over trading, making losses.
Yeah, I overtraded. I think because I started as a loss, I just wanted to get myself out of that situation. Now I look back, but in that moment I didn't actually realise I was on 4 or 5 trades. Yeah, I'm 25% in the hole, I'm digging myself deeper, so I just need to call it a day.
So what we've decided to do is we've decided to pair them up. so that they can review each other's trades, and we're going to pair up the individuals that have got the least amount of trades placed, who funnily enough are actually in profit, with the people that have been trading the most and are at a loss today. Hopefully that will sink in with them to sort out, the over trading side of things before we go into next week, which will be even riskier for us. You're going to review each other's trades. So you're going to go through it, you're going to talk about it and say, this is why I took this trade, and the other person that's reviewing it is going to say, I think you did this right, I think you did this wrong, and so on and so forth. And then that way you get some feedback from another trader that's in the same room as you. So the pairs that I've put the individuals together with, I put Dom and Thomas, Borak and Lloyd, I put Fatima and Lee, and I put Chris and Tobias. So for the two that aren't here, obviously Lloyd's with yourself, and Tobias is with Chris.
Yeah, I think this trade here, I thought was the perfect setup. It rejected the R1, had a pullback, I waited, come down, but then went back up.
Because you've taken basically the same trade, just many times.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, so it's led to more losses, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe just try and take one trade.
Yeah, definitely. I think I should have done what Atish said and just attempt it twice, and then once you've attempted it twice and it's still going the opposite way. I just got caught up on both of them this morning. My loss today should be about 900 quid, 800 quid. But what I've done is every time I've kept it just above, nice and tight. When it's pulled back, I've tried to pull it in 2 or 3 pips just to save it, so it's not £100 every time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So in theory, it could have been £800 down today.
And is this your support zone?
I've had to create this because it was slightly different on both charts, and then as soon as I decided enough was trading today, I've come off all charts, I've reevaluated them from the daily down to the hourly, checking the EMA lines. And then I can clearly see now, obviously, as I'm out of it, that they're both on an uptrend, and I've attempted, and I've done the same on here.
My main position today was Euro USD. It's a downtrend, the EMA below, 4 hour it's below. So I took the first position here, came to the pivot level, showed signs of rejection. I entered maybe 1 or 2 candles early, but it's still a good entry. And my stop loss was somewhere up here, so I had a wide stop loss. Like almost 30 pips it was, 25 pips I think, aiming for about that, 30 pips. Yeah. So I gave it a bit more room, and had this zone to kind of protect it, and the pivot as well. So it came down, and I took it, but it started to hold, and then I moved my stop loss to break even. With the news, the USD news I was looking at, took me out, and it came to the pivot again. It wicked off my...
Is this where it's taking you out? No.
Yeah, literally wicked off me.
Quite conservative. Well, I've been very aggressive. Very aggressive. Where you're conservative and you've had 30 pips, so you're going to be in there for a lot longer than me.
Yeah, that stop loss has taken a lot of pressure off. When it was coming back up, and it was pushing, it pushed up from my entry. It's only a few pips, but it just, like, for you, that's almost your stop with a bit of spread.
10, 15 pips. I'm always like a few pips above the last time.
Whereas I've been putting my stop somewhere up here, it just takes that pressure completely off of you, really.
Yeah.
Started off putting in a trend line there. One was here, but it's no longer there now. And it was I did put support and resistant bands either side, and I was looking to place about here where it was correlating to the resistance, but I got in slightly higher, which is just up there, just because my reaction time was a bit slow. So I got in there.
Was it just out of curiosity?
It was early afternoon.
So it was 12 o'clock. I'm asking because I was in the same trade, and I wonder as well about. I've entered about 10 o'clock in the morning.
I think it was just me being overcautious, making sure I had all the. I wanted to make sure that it was kind of bouncing on the pivot point,
Yeah.
and I was making sure that it was on my RSI. It was in a position to buy. I didn't want it quite. I wanted to hit it rather than just bounce.
Was that all on the 15-minute time frame?
It was all on the 15-minute time frame, yeah.
I'm asking because you're entering there, so obviously you're just waiting for this, but I didn't wait it to close.
No, just because it was quite a bearish thing, and going by the back testing, when it hit bearish, it tends to hit when it hit the resistance line. It tends to shoot up the other way.
Yeah.
So I just in a sense I kind of went with what I'd seen previously.
I mean, obviously you own the trade, so I cannot possibly criticize it because it worked.
Yeah, it made its way up. I took profit on it because I could see with the news release it was going to do a retraction, and I was correct, it did, and it tanked.
My second trade, it was a cable, great entry as everyone said in the room, but it backfired on us big time. Again, entry was premature. You see, that's what I'm saying. This is a.
So you're short there.
I was just trying to shorten it, and I didn't. Obviously, the EMA looked different at the moment.
Okay.
It changed.
Yeah.
And I've only waited for one bar as a confirmation, which wasn't correct.
You wait for the bearish one here, yeah?
Yes, well, that's what I was watching it on the bullish. It went bearish, and rather than wait for the second candle on the 15 to 10 bullish as well, bearish as well, I actually entered the trade, but it started following, as you can see.
So you didn't wait for it, you were still waiting, you were still sitting on the bullish?
No, I've entered just as this bar
started.
It started as a bearish as well.
Right.
I've entered it and then turned into bullish and I had my stop loss on 20 pips, which I quickly learned it's not enough for cable because it went 63 pips. So I was kicked out.
Three times in
Three times, yeah.
Too short.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was just one of those unfortunate events, and I tried not to be biased by yesterday events when it completely tanked everybody's favour. But this is just one of these where I suppose we all went wrong on this one, or most of us in the room. So.
Yeah. I was in USD JPY yesterday already, so I looked at this again today. And as you can see here, we have this slight support level right here, which was the previous high, which it then pushed, but then it pulled back. And then in the morning it was just around sitting, was pulling already down. So I checked on the trend lines, like we had here this trend line, we had this trend line back here. Obviously here the down which held beforehand, so it broke all this one, broke this one, broke this one, and it ran right to the 200 EMA. And then also it held like this previous top right here, yeah. So I was like, okay, this looks good, let's see how the candle is gonna form. So it formed like the bullish candle still pushed up a little bit. Afterwards we had the green candle for the confirmation, also inside the complete red candle. So after I had the confirmation on this one, I went long on this here. Then followed the trend, and as you can see it formed like a slight trend. I also checked on the hourly what the chart is gonna do here for the RSI. So pretty much just the chart following, going up, checking that I won't get stopped out. Once we came into this region here, obviously I was always tracking, okay, is it gonna stay over support, which here it fell down a little bit, but this was at my entry, so I'm okay. Then it broke the support level, was below here, broke the support level, rallied up over this support level, held it here. So here I could have gotten out, which I didn't. So I moved my stop loss up to 50% profit. Waited for this to come down, resist here, and push up hopefully. But after it broke through, I just took it out and I moved into my stop loss pretty much. So that was my first trade for the day, and this one actually ended up being profitable.
So I mean, if you was to place trades buy, then you would have been in some profit.
Yeah, but it would have been against the trend.
Yeah, it would have been breaking the rules.
Everything here looked like bullish, you know, daily, bullish.
Yeah.
Hourly, bearish, sorry. So daily, bearish, hourly, still bearish. And now we're getting into the cross for the bull market. So yeah. I had to take the trade like the setup showed me, and yeah. Unfortunately, the market didn't react the way I wanted it to.
To be fair, you didn't leave such a tight loss. It's only a few pips. So I think, yeah, you got in and out at the right times in sort of the bad conditions.
We found day two.
lot of news today.
A lot of news. So we've got one person up, which is yourself. So congrats. We've got 5 of you. Does anyone remember the one rule of what you wasn't supposed to do today?
Go over 5 trades.
So why did you?
If I'm honest, I got caught up in the moment and I didn't realise until the afternoon. And even when I said that I shouldn't be trading anymore this afternoon, I didn't even take that into consideration until Thomas told me like 4 o'clock.
But Thomas also went over 5.
Oh, okay.
I got carried away, and I thought the one that it's definitely a winner got carried away. I completely forgot at that point. Once I clicked trade, then I realised it was.
Because I must have been.
But you guys are capable of counting to 5.
If I'm honest, I totally forgot until later on in the afternoon. I didn't even have it written down 5 trades maximum. So by that point, it was only until the afternoon when I said I wasn't trading anymore. That 5 didn't even come into consideration. It was only until someone said to me, then I started panicking. But I was already stopped trading by that point.
So what's other people's reasons for being over 5? 4, 5. And the person that's up the most is the one that's traded the least. So that's usually how it is. It's just about choosing the right ones rather than getting in and out. So that's quite disappointing because there's quite a lot of you that weren't able to follow those rules. Puts us in an awkward predicament. It's the first time it's ever happened actually. So usually when you're given a rule, it should be written down. Right, now I've done my first trade, now I've got 4 left, then 3 left. Now for our sake, it's lucky that you won't be on 400 to 1 leverage next week, so you physically wouldn't be able to do that unless you was getting in one, getting out, getting in another, getting out, getting in another, and so on and so forth. So that rule going into next week will be even worse. It'll be like 4 trades. So on Monday, 4 trades is the max that you should be placing on the day. And anyone that can't keep to that will have to go home at the end of Monday because we can't work with those individuals that can't stick to those rules. Does that make sense? Now that you've gone through as a positive so for me it's a negative because obviously A, I'm down on money, but 2, we haven't followed rules, not all of us. And 3, some of you haven't really been taking the strategy at all on the entries in play. So the good thing for you, you've obviously probably been stressed and had a nervous wreck, so that's positive for you because that means tomorrow when you have your mindset training, you have all of this to reflect on with them, build your subconscious program, and that will then help you going into Monday with a fresh mindset. You won't be trading the same accounts on Monday, we'll be moving you on to more capital and we'll be moving you on to different leverage. So you have to make sure that your mathematical calculations are correct because if you do it too much it might not even let you get in. So you need to make sure you're on the ball for Monday morning. Yeah. So whatever's happened over the last 2 days needs to go into Monday with a fresh mindset after tomorrow, clean slate, and making sure you follow the rules. So the rules will be set on Monday morning. If you have any questions then just tell me because going into Monday at 5 PM, if we come in here and someone's gone mental and gone and done 5, 6, 7, 8 trades, not risking the correct risk management, you've got to see it from our point of view. We can't work with someone if we give someone a rule when it's broken. What can we do? You know, it's just one of those things. And so we'd have to end that person's journey. Can't happen again, yeah? So Saturday, make sure you take as much as you can in from the mindset. It's the best thing that happens to the guys here. Puts you in a better place both in your trading world and your personal life. Clean slate Monday morning because we've got to make the decision of who's going to be trading what. You will be trading more no matter what. How much more will depend on how Elliot's thought about your risk management, your entries and exits. If you don't abide by the rules, you'll then go home Monday. For those that are abiding by the rules of 4 trades. For those that are doing well, there'll be prizes in play for people. If you're performing well and making me money, then you can have that money. I'm not bothered by that, yeah?
I was in a position where I was making profit, but keeping the 1-to-1 ratio rule, letting it run, it tanked the other way. What would you suggest when I'm in an allocation?
So the
like that? Would I take the
1-to-1,
profit?
the suggestion that you should look to achieve over, say, a week, 2 weeks. However, if you've entered into that position, you saw it slowing down, Eddie was like, you should have exited your trade. Although you did well, you moved your trade to break even just before the news, and rightly so, because it swung straight back against you and would have stopped you out. So you did the right thing. Okay guys, brilliant stuff, and I'll see you all Monday morning. Enjoy tomorrow. Thank you.
I honestly thought I was leaving today. For all the mistakes I made yesterday, plus I've done nearly £400 in loss. So I thought, yeah, that's me definitely signed off, but clearly not. So yeah, grateful. Hopefully Monday's gonna be a much better day. We're gonna break in all the money, and yeah, go from there.
Thanks, Mary. That was my heart's going boom, 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 boom. You can do it.
Next time on The Real Forex Trader. Sponsored by WildEFX.com, bringing you the best Forex experience.